the land of the Nile, of towering pyramids and eternal pharaohs. For over 3,000 years, Egypt stood as one of the most remarkable civilizations in human history. Its rise was fueled by geography and ingenuity, its glory defined by monuments and culture, and its fall shaped by invasions, decline, and transformation. This is the story of the rise and fall of ancient Egypt. Egypt's story begins with the Nile River. Each year, its floods deposited rich silt, turning desert into fertile farmland. The Nile provided food, transport, and unity, allowing small communities to grow into kingdoms. By around 3100 BCE, King Nama unified Upper and Lower Egypt, creating the First Dynasty. This unification marked the birth of one of the world's earliest centralized states. Pharaohs ruled as divine kings, believed to be the earthly embodiment of gods. Religion and politics intertwined, giving Egypt stability and purpose. The Old Kingdom, beginning around 2686 BCE, was Egypt's first great age. Pharaohs like Djoser and Khufu commissioned monumental structures, step pyramids and the Great Pyramid of Giza. These pyramids were not just tombs. They were symbols of divine authority and eternal power. Egyptian society revolved around the pharaoh. Priests, scribes, and officials managed resources, while farmers sustained the economy. Hieroglyphic writing flourished, recording history, religion, and administration. Art and architecture reflected a civilization confident in its permanence. Yet the Old Kingdom eventually weakened. Costly pyramid projects strained resources, while regional governors gained power. By 2181 BCE, Egypt entered a period of fragmentation known as the First Intermediate Period. Around 2050 BCE, Pharaoh Mentuhotep II reunited Egypt, ushering in the Middle Kingdom. This era emphasized order, justice, and prosperity. Pharaohs expanded irrigation, encouraged trade, and promoted literature. The Middle Kingdom was less focused on monumental pyramids and more on practical governance. Egypt's influence extended south into Nubia, securing gold and trade routes. Yet challenges persisted. Foreign invaders known as the Hyksos introduced new technologies, including horse-drawn chariots and advanced weapons. By 1650 BCE, Egypt fell under Hyksos' control, marking another period of decline. Egypt's greatest era came with a new kingdom, beginning around 1550 BCE. Pharaohs like Ahmose expelled the Hyksos, restoring native rule. Egypt transformed into a military power, conquering lands in the Levant and Nubia. This was the age of empire. Pharaohs such as Thutmose III expanded Egypt's borders to their greatest extent. Queen Hatshepsut promoted trade and monumental building, leaving behind temples like Deir el-Bahari. Akhenaten attempted religious revolution, worshipping a single god, Aten, though his reforms collapsed after his death. The reign of Tutankhamun, though short, left behind treasures that captured modern imagination. Ramses II, known as Ramses the Great, built colossal temples and fought the Battle of Kadesh, securing Egypt's place as a superpower. The New Kingdom was Egypt's golden age, a time of wealth, art, and international prestige. Yet even Egypt's golden age could not last forever. Internal strife, corruption, and economic strain weakened the state. Successive invasions eroded Egypt's independence. Libyans, Nubians, Assyrians, and Persians all took control at different times. By the 4th century BCE, Egypt was vulnerable. In 332 BCE, Alexander the Great conquered Egypt, founding the city of Alexandria. After his death, the Ptolemaic dynasty ruled, blending Greek and Egyptian traditions. The most famous Ptolemaic ruler was Cleopatra VII, who sought to preserve Egypt's independence through alliances with Rome. But after her defeat in 30 BCE, Egypt became a Roman province. The age of the pharaohs was over. Though Egypt fell, its legacy endures. The pyramids of Giza, the temples of Luxor, and the tombs of the Valley of the Kings stand as timeless monuments. Egyptian art, religion, and science influenced later cultures. Hieroglyphs preserved stories of gods and kings, while Egyptian mathematics and medicine advanced human knowledge. Egypt's story is one of resilience. For millennia, it adapted to challenges, thrived on the Nile's bounty, and created wonders that still inspire awe. Its rise and fall remind us that even the greatest civilizations are vulnerable to time, change, and external pressures.